Hello and welcome to another MCO market update on Bitcoin. We're heading into a new trading week and a lot is going to happen this week. I think it's going to be a very, very important week, very decisive week. We have arrived at key pivots across different sectors. We have the stock market deep in support. We have the crypto market probably close to a low. We had our member live stream today in which I looked at I think 30, 40 coins. If you're interested, you can check out the recording. Some of them really deep in support, and some of them have respected or reacted to key Fibonacci levels and are starting a potential reversal. So I'm just seeing that like weeks ago, when I remember weeks ago, like 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, when we looked at many of these altcoins that get requested regularly in the live stream, just to give you an overall idea, we saw that the downtrends would likely continue because first support levels started to break. But now we have arrived at ideal targets for these extended corrections, which means we are now, like the stock market, like Bitcoin, probably close to a low. Again, not saying that we couldn't go a little lower in the short term, we absolutely could, but it's again one of these very, very interesting spots, key pivots where, sentiment is just bearish, people are a bit scared, uncertain, but where there could be some opportunities for anybody who's looking to get positioned. So again, just talk in general. Obviously, we have to be selective and have to check each chart on its own. But talking about Bitcoin, we have a short-term bearish and short-term bullish scenario here. You might know them already. We talked about them. I will talk about the short-term bearish one first, because that's at the moment still the preferred one as long as we hold below resistance. Overall, not much happened. Okay, overall, not much happened. But what hasn't happened, that's it's much more important what hasn't happened, right? What hasn't happened, Bitcoin hasn't broken above resistance. So therefore, the situation remains unchanged. And if you went away for the weekend and now you're back and you look at the chart, okay, you see that resistance is still holding. And the resistance area is unchanged. It's between $83,718 and $85,474. From a wave count point of view, Elliott Wave count point of view, we have possibly just finished here one of these highs, the wave 4 bounce. After this was a third wave low that formed here on the 11th of March. And this is a corrective bounce, you could say, which again, we might get another run at resistance. We're now in micro support, so there might be another bounce, but only a break above resistance would clearly shift probabilities towards the yellow count. At the moment, probabilities are fairly balanced between the two, yellow and white, but I explained already earlier today that my assumption is that there's a good chance for another low. 75K, 72K are the next ones. Not saying this would be really a great short trade setup. I mean, it's tricky because we don't really get impulsive movements to the downside. We're now in support. Okay, we're now in support. This is micro support for the short-term bullish count that we'll talk about in a minute. But from a short-term bearish point of view, price should stay ideally below the weekend highs, break below 81K, and that would be the wave 5 to the downside essentially. So what could be the case, for example, is this might have been a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, off 5. Okay, so this is how it probably might play out. From a short-term bullish point of view, we can say that this to the upside is certainly not an impulse, at least best I can tell. What would work is potentially a diagonal structure that we say that this move up was a wave 1, we had a wave 2, A, B, C in wave 3, then this is a 4, 5. You could also, some people might call it a 1-2, 1-2 setup. I don't see it really that clearly, but a 1-2 AB is always possible in a diagonal pattern. That's the short-term bullish count. That's also where this support zone comes into play now, between 81,056 and 82,589. So this is an important micro support area for a diagonal pattern. So the price might turn around here, but I can't clearly favor the yellow scenario until there's a break above resistance. When we get up there and start to see some volume come in, we can always say that yellow is becoming more likely, but really it becomes only, let's say, the clear leader here of these two scenarios should we get a break above resistance. So these are the two scenarios. You see, overall, over the weekend, not too much has happened. The market needs to show its hand. This is a situation we currently see in the stock market as well. Markets very, very close to significant swing lows in key pivot areas, key decision points, very interesting market conditions. I know most people don't see it that way because most people are maybe frustrated, bored, but this is key now. If Bitcoin forms another low, I'd rather be a buyer than a seller, yeah? And one more low could form in the region around 75 to 72K. So best I can tell is the next best bullish case here is a diagonal structure, but I would not expect the 81K level to hold. Definitely watching for it, for signals that something's happening here, but I would not expect it to hold. So it's just from an expectations point of view. What could easily happen, though, is another rally into resistance. I mean, this is definitely possible because we're simply in a narrow range at the moment. So yeah, I'll keep you updated about Bitcoin. Unfortunately, not really any decisive movements yet. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on X, formerly Twitter, for additional insights. Join the conversation here. We have discussions. Sometimes we ask for your opinion about charts, which ones we should analyze on YouTube or here on X. Sometimes there are videos only on X. So if you want to get all the updates, then yeah, you can follow us here as well. The link to the X profile is in the description, and make sure you only follow the one with the golden check mark. Yeah, thank you very much. Have a great start to the week.